Hey guys, it's Tessa. So, once again, I didn't film anything last week. Work, if I thought my job was kind of annoying, kind of frustrating, I don't know, a week and a half ago, then it's an absolute hellscape now. That's another point for another day. Basically, my tasks have essentially doubled, and I don't have the time in the day for them to have doubled. It's really the problem we're currently working on. But that doesn't really matter. Let me show you some of the stuff I worked on last week. I think this is all of it. I honestly can't remember what I showed you in the last video because it's been a week. Firstly, I finally finished the grayscale cardigan. Boom, boom, boom. I'll show you that at the end here. I also made 5 of these little pumpkin ghost car hangers. These are the cutest things I've ever made. I've made about 5 of them for now. I might make more of them. I don't really know yet. They don't take very long, so that's nice. But I have 5 that all match. I also worked on, I think, another bandana. You might have seen this though. I worked on another one of the sunflower bandanas. I think I have 2 of the finished sunflowers left. I made a purple and black bandana. I can't remember which of these tops I have showed you, but I currently have an extra small, small, and medium of the Beetlejuice inspired top. And then also Beetlejuice themed. I made this little coaster set. It's wrapped up currently, but you can kind of see it's a black and white spiral with green edging. I think it looks really cute, but that's all I really worked on last week. Like I mentioned, work has been a lot, so this week I'm trying to just take it easy. I have kind of a plan of things I want to work on, but I am kind of okay with not making a ton of major progress. But let me show you that cardigan real quick. I look like a dumpster fire because both husband and I have been violently sick for the last 2 days. He is still very sick. I think he might have the flu. I'm recovering. So I haven't been filming much because I don't have a lot of energy. But I have worked on some stuff. Let me show you. Using a Karen cake macchiato, or a Karen macchiato cake, I made another one of the Tiaga hoods. And it actually met gauge for once. It's crazy if you use the correct yarn, it works. I know. So this guy has been added to my chart, or to my Excel sheet. I also started the size large Beetlejuice top, so hopefully I'll have that done soon. And then finally, after 4 weeks, I think, I have finally weaved all the ends in on the woodland cardigan. So that's really fun. I also started a pumpkin-y forest guardian. I started him yesterday. Again, I have very little energy, so I didn't really want to keep working on him, but I think the plan is to finish him in the next few days, which I can probably finish him tomorrow. Currently, my husband says he looks like Charizard or Charmander, which I agree with because of the orange. But other than that, I haven't really worked on much. I've mostly, honestly, just been existing. I slept for like 2 hours, took a 2-hour nap, I took work off early, took a 2-hour nap, and then woke up and felt like I'd been hit by a semi-truck. So I'm doing better, just not great. I'm hoping by tomorrow I'll be fine. I think I will. And I'll be able to kind of get focused back on the grind. But that's it for now. I'm gonna relax, and I'll probably check in again tomorrow. Let's hope I feel better. So, you can hear still. We haven't spoken we've only spoken like twice this week, you and I. And as you can hear from my voice, I'm still sick, and yesterday was probably the worst of it. My husband has been sick all week. He basically slept all week, and if you know anything about him, he hates being in bed. He hates just laying there, but he was basically in bed all week. He took a couple days off of work because of how sick he's been. And then I was feeling pretty okay. I thought I just had like some head cold symptoms. And then Saturday morning, so yesterday, I woke up I took a shower and I took a bath because I was having like a lot of body aches, so I took a bath. And when I was getting up to get out of the bath, luckily my husband was standing next to me, but I passed out for a few seconds apparently standing up, and he was able to wake me back up, and then I abruptly got sick and then went to bed. I really wasn't feeling well yesterday and still don't feel the greatest today, but I'm feeling a lot better than I was yesterday. This is probably the first day I've had a little bit of energy all week. I think pretty much the entire week I've finished work and gone and taken a nap for a couple hours and then woken up again. It's been a lot. I have not worked on pretty much anything this week just because I have such low energy. I did finish another top. I just haven't done the ends yet for it, so it's basically done. I just need to weave in the ends. And I've been working on a couple larger scale projects, so just to keep my hands occupied. But yeah, so nothing really has happened this week. So this will now be a 2-week long video, assuming I'm feeling better shortly. But yeah, I'll check in again shortly and kind of show you what I'm working on in a little bit. I just woke up from a nap, so I'm a little bit tired and out of it still. Last time we spoke was Sunday or Monday even. I don't really remember, but I wanted to show you everything I worked on during the week I was sick. As you can tell, I'm still sick. It's Wednesday, by the way. But the only thing I really finished completely is another one of the Taiga hoods. I still don't know how to say it. This time I used a normal worsted weight yarn and actually met gauge. So I learned a crazy thing that if you meet gauge in the first place, it might actually be the size it's supposed to be. Crazy, wild concept, I know. Insanity, some would say. Got this guy done. Boom, boom, boom. That's pretty much everything I worked on. Or everything I completed, at least. I've started working on some shawls that I was inspired by some that I was seeing on TikTok. They're basically just the 3 granny squares sewn together. I'll show you like a video of what I'm talking about. But I have made a couple of those. They're not done yet. You can kind of see them. This pile right here in the very faint corner. But you should see them by the end of this video, so stick around. But you should see them by the end of this video, so stick around, stay paying attention. But I think today I'm feeling a lot better than I have pretty much this whole week. I only now have like the nasaliness and a cough occasionally, so I'm gonna try to get back on track here and finish the second purple bandana and 2 red and black bandanas today. And then if I have some time, I'm going to finish working on the little forest guardian I was working on. I think I showed it to you. Let me show you just in case. It is just a head and body. That's it. I have his horns made, but they're not on him yet. But I think that's all really, other than like the mesh top that I've kind of been working on and off. It's nothing really to show for it right now. But yeah, so I'm gonna get cruising on these bananas and then we'll check in. finished the second purple and black guy. And then I took about an hour break after I finished the first red and black one, because I'm still very tired. But we have this one and this one both done. So now we have 2 orange and black, 2 red and black, 2 purple and black. Let's see what my bandana yarn inventory looks like. Specifically, I want to use only the Crafter's Secret only for bandanas. And when I get closer to the event, if I still have a bunch of the Lily Sugar and Cream left, I can use that for bandanas as well, or for like bucket hats or something, or marker bags. It just kind of depends. But let's look at my stash. Alright, so looking in here, I've got a decent amount of partial skeins. So it's probably 3 black partial skeins, a red partial skein, and then everything else looks like it's full skeins except for the white, which is also partials. But I think that's because the white was used for the Beetlejuice bandanas that we have 4 of. But it looks like I have 2 full skeins left of the green. So maybe I'll do a pair of green and black bandanas. And then I don't know if this orange is like dull enough. Maybe I'll do like a dark orange and black set as well. I don't really know. Let me know what you think. But for now, we're good on bandanas. Really, this week is just about finishing some of the projects I've already started. And that's including, these bandanas. I have the Beetlejuice top that I've made a few times already. I finished the size large. I just need to weave in all the ends on that still, and I haven't, frankly. And then I think I have the little Forest Guardian guy I showed you guys, which I'm thinking I'm going to finish up tomorrow, because tomorrow the only thing I've written down is starting the extra large size of the Beetlejuice top, but I can always put that off or just start it tonight instead. And then I think the rest of the stuff I have is to continue working on the mesh top that I mentioned earlier. And I want to finish, let me show you these guys real quick and you'll get an idea of what I'm talking about. I will say, I think these guys are just going to go up in my shop. I don't know if I'm going to bring them with me to the event or not. But I think I showed a little clip of what these kind of look like. I'm still working on them, so they are currently incomplete. We have this shawl currently. It's got green, blue, lavender, and like a creamy gray white color with all the way around. I want to add tassels to each of the ends. So like each of the points that we have, add tassels of the primary colors. I think they'll look really cute. It's nice. This one I felt was a little bit small, but I'm also plus size, so that kind of is a factor. But I also wanted to make one that was more in like a neutral color scheme, or just a more toned down color scheme. So instead, I decided to lean into the bug adjacent territory. I think this kind of gives moth a little bit. Specifically the last like handful of rows are give moth vibes. But see, much longer, much nicer fit in my opinion. I don't know if you can see the bottom of this one, but I think this turned out really well. And once again, on the hanging corners, I think I want to add tassels like I showed in that video earlier. But that is kind of where I'm at with these. Again, I think I'm just going to list them directly in my site if I finish them before then. Again, all I really need to do is add the tassels and weave in the ends, and it should be good to go. But that is where we're at with these guys. So really, the only things I want to finish still this week that are complete, that are not close to completed, is the Forest Guardian, weaving in the ends on the extra large, or on the large Beetlejuice top, and then I think finish the Beetlejuice top. I also want to start another cardigan. I was supposed to start one this week, but again, I was sick, so I think this next one I'm going to start is going to be sunflower themed. You can look at Wickedly Handmade on Instagram and you can kind of see what I'm talking about. She has a couple of them. And I'm going to kind of go with a similar color scheme that she uses, but I'm going to vary ever so slightly. I think I'm going to make the cuffs in the last row of each panel be this like light greenish color to represent like the leaves or the vines. I don't really know for sure yet. It just depends on how things roll out. But that's all for tonight. I'll check in again tomorrow when I have hopefully more brain. Finished the guy we were working on. I ended up going with my own modification for like the ears, but it has like the long ears that you can do, and I've made 2 of these previously, and I didn't love making those ears or like attaching them because they're really top heavy, so his head either comes back all the way like this, or because the rest of him's so uneven it'll flop really hard forward. So I instead ended up just going with these little like free-handed ears. Essentially I did 3 rows of half double crochets and then folded one side halfway down the triangle, and that's kind of how this ear shape was created. And you got his little tail. I actually stuffed this tail as well. And the other 2 I made, I don't think I stuffed either of them, and I think stuffing it actually does really help overall. But this guy is done. He's so cute. And now I get to work on the adding the tassels and weaving in the ends on the shawls I showed you. Alrighty, so I finished weaving in the ends on this guy and I added some tassels. I'll put the TikTok I posted here for you so you can get a good look of it. Sorry if my voice sounds like it's going out. Currently the latest development of my cold is it's still affecting, I'm still kind of having a cough, but it seems to be only affected when I talk a lot. And for those of you who don't know me, I talk a lot, so I'm kind of going through it a little bit right now. It's not too bad, especially like right this second. It's not too bad. It's not bugging me too much, but ends have been weaved in on this guy. Tassels have been added. I did not leave in the ends on this one yet, just because I don't love it, so I might deconstruct it. I don't know yet. Let me know what you think about it. But I've also been working on a couple different projects since we spoke. It's currently Saturday, and I think last we spoke was Wednesday or Thursday. So I've been a little bit all over the place. Work has been kind of a nightmare as well, and I think I was dealing with something Friday night or Thursday night. Yesterday I wasn't feeling very well after work. I left a little bit earlier than I normally would anyway from work, and I wasn't feeling the greatest, so I was like, I'm probably not gonna film anything. And then Thursday night, I think, after I filmed a little bit for you guys, I was still kind of being hit by the cold we have. But yeah, anyway, and then finally I decided that my big project for this week is going to be another cardigan, doing it a little bit differently than I've done the other ones so far because I want a little bit of diversity in like the way the cardigans look as well. So I have started doing kind of like a sunflower colorway. It's starting with black, going to brown, then it'll go to a dark orange, then to several shades of yellow, to white, and then finally to like a light greenish color for the cuffs. And I only have about 6 rows of it done so far. This is also loosely inspired by Wickedly Handmade. She/they have been working on a cardigan pattern that closely resembles their hooded cowls or hooded scarves. I kind of am taking from that inspiration a little bit. If you want to see more about what I'm talking about, you can go to their Instagram or TikTok, I believe. But yeah, started it. I'm probably going to focus on that for now. All the colors I'm using you can kind of see here. It's a little messy right now. I'm also filming like 8 different TikToks at the moment. It's really exciting. But yeah, that is all I really have for right now. I'm going to keep working on this cardigan. We'll check in then. So, as you saw, I've been working on this cardigan. I'm cruising pretty far on it. I'm on rows 18 for both panels. And this is what we're looking like so far. I think it's turning out quite well. This one I think is going to be more oversized than my normal ones. So that's a little spooky. I just don't know how much larger it's going to be, which is a little nerve-wracking. But I think it'll be fine regardless. I only have 3 colors left, so it'll be about 6 rows or so of the remaining colors. I think what I'm going to do is when I get to the white, which is the second to last color, I'll do 3 rows of the white and 1 row of the green on each panel. That way I think it'll like it'll flow a little better, I think, that way. But that's where we're at for now. It's getting late, so I'm pretty much done for the day. Alright, so I think I checked in last night and gave you an update on where I'm at with this cardigan. We are doing pretty well. I still have my cough, so forgive me if I cough at all. But I'm doing pretty well on it. I think I mentioned I only have 3 colors left for each panel. However, I think this is where I'm going to end this video, just because it's already going to be really long, and I think most of it's just me talking about being sick all week. So that's where we'll end this video. I do recommend coming and checking out next week's video, because it's going to be mostly focused on making tops. I haven't really been making any since I've been sick. I don't know, I just didn't have the energy to do it for whatever reason. So next video is going to be how many tops I can make in a week. So stay tuned for that, or check my channel for the video if it's up yet. Yeah. See you guys next time. Bye.